Every time you grab a bite to eat, you're placing your trust in this huge, complicated system to keep you safe. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret system that makes it all work. All right, here's the game plan. We're going to start with the scary stuff, the dangers lurking in our food. Then we'll get into HACCP's proactive approach, see how a plan actually gets built, dive deep into its 7 main principles, and then, tie it all back to the food that ends up on your plate.
All right, first things first. To really get what HACCP is all about, we have to understand the problem it was built to solve. And honestly, it's a battle against threats that you can't even see.
So, this is the big one, right? This is the question that everyone in the food industry, from a giant factory to your local deli, has to ask themselves every single day. Just crossing your fingers and hoping for the best? Yeah, that's not going to cut it when people's health is at stake.
So these hazards really fall into 3 big buckets. You've got your biological hazards, think bacteria like salmonella. Then there are the chemical ones, which could be anything from cleaning supplies getting where they shouldn't to too much pesticide. And finally, you've got the physical stuff, literally things that don't belong in your food, like a tiny piece of glass or metal. So how in the world do you fight an enemy you can't see? One that can pop up from anywhere? Well, you don't just sit around and wait for it to attack. No, you build a really smart system to stop it before it even gets started. Okay, this slide is super important because it shows a massive shift in thinking. See, the old way was reactive. It was basically like a smoke detector. It only alerts you after the fire has already started. You'd test the food at the very end of the line, and hey, if it was bad, you had to chuck the whole batch. So wasteful, so risky.